Hey folks, show you how I'm gonna figure this out with the man. Alright, this is gonna be his arms. Alright, and what I already have on his body, those are wider. See how they're wider? For his arm speed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this down right here, kinda eyeball it to center it. Out like that. I'm going to put a pencil mark here. This is going to show me where I need to sand it at. And here. Alright. And see, I got the pencil marks there. Now I'm just going to take the sander or my rotary tool. See how I skinnied that one up and made it a little bit rounder, which I'm still going to make it more rounder. Then, see, and then the arms will fit. It'll be on the edge there, but they'll be standing up like that. I just want to show you how I'm doing that. I'm going to finish the arms up on sanding them, and then I'll get back with y'all. Hey folks. That's what it's looking like so far. Can't tell much with this camera. That's a hot dog on a stick. You can tell it, you know, when you're looking at it, but this camera ain't doing it no justice. But that's the most part of him. Now all I gotta do is his face, his eyes, nose, put a hat on him, and so forth. Some jeans, you know, paint them up. Let's show y'all what it's looking like without it being in there. I ain't got the arms glued on yet, they're just sitting there. And after I'll fill in all the cracks, you know, you ain't gonna see none of that. But that's it for now, for this very moment. Alright, we'll get back with y'all in a bit. Hey folks, Here's what we got so far. Alright, now I'm fixing to make this hat for him. And what I did with this little block of wood is put his head on there and traced around it. And now I'm hollowing out the inside. Show y'all how I do that. I'm using a little Dremel engraver bit. And I'm using the Dremel 395 that Jason Fisherholic gave me. Alright, you get the idea. I don't want to keep boring y'all with all that. I'll keep hollowing that out until it fits down to the top of his ear, and then I'll start shaping that out. I'll get back with y'all in a bit. Alright folks, there's how I got it fit right down to the top of the ear. Oops, sorry Tony. Alright, now I'm going to shape it out into a hat. I'm just going to do that by sanding it with my Dremel. I'll put a bib on it, you know, and whatnot. Alright, get back with y'all. Alright folks, there's his hat. It'll be painted, of course. What you're seeing right now, that kind of looks like I put that there, but that's the wood grain. Alright, get back with y'all in a bit. Hey folks, I'm at the painting stage now. And this is going to be his hat. I haven't put it on him yet. And then I'm going to put a red A in there, like the one on his head. But right now I'm making them a hot dog stick. I was going to use this hot dog stick, but it's kind of hard to tell that that's a hot dog, so I'm going to make a stick like this and then put a hot dog kind of bent across there. I just want to show y'all how I'm doing this. I'll set up here again. I'm using my moto saw, which is a scroll saw, and I already cut out that much of it with it. So now I'm just fixing to cut out the stick part. And that's it for now. Now I'm fixing to sand it down. Get y'all off the zoom here. Now I'll sand it down to fit in that little hole in his hands, which are right here. And that will go right in his hand like that, or his hands. And then I'll sand all that down. I'll keep y'all down here enough to see what I'm doing here. I don't know how well y'all can see what I'm doing here or not now. I can't see the screen. But I'm gonna line this up with that. That's just going to tell me what size to make the hot dog. Make me a oval shape here. Something like that. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but that out. All right. It's kind of hard when you're dealing with something so tiny. You might as well be prepared for it to break. But now I'm going to take my Dremel and sand this into the shape of a hot dog, and this into a point. Where'd it go? Points on there. Alright, get back beyond a bit.